Welcome to Vargas Academy. This PowerPoint slides are developed for nurses and nurse practitioners who are having trouble understanding the cell biology. So I have developed 15 slides that explains the basic components of the cells, the key terms that we use on pathophysiological exams, and also when you diagnose and look through clinical manifestations of certain diseases, certain disease processes, the pathological findings on biopsy reports. So the basic terms of cellular adaptation, metabolism, injuries, and how do cells adapt. So those are the main topics which is in the slides. I am not reading all those slides. I'm just giving you time so you can study and as you scroll down. The main components are described here, cell membrane and the nucleus. The ones that are highlighted are the ones that are important for nursing questions. The second slide is describing nucleus and ribosomes. The keywords is also highlighted for you to study. In the third slide, we have Golgi complex, which is important because it is the refining plant and alerts the traffic of protein, polynucleotide, polysaccharide molecules. Endoplasmic reticulum is also important because it makes RNA to final protein chain because of the processing and packaging of those secretory vesicles. Lysosomes is also important because it facilitates apoptosis. Another one is mitochondria. These are the components of the cells. Mitochondria is important because it is the powerhouse of the cell. The enzymes within the mitochondria is required for oxidative phosphorylation. It is important to generate energy, and that must give the cells ATP. Apoptosis are one of the two main types of cell deaths. It is programmed. It occurs early in the development of unwanted cells elimination. Keyword is it eliminates the unwanted cells. Examples are given. There are physiological benefits of apoptosis. These are the terms that will be on questions. So I would like you to study this very carefully. Instead of writing paragraphs, I have pinpointed the most important common terms they use in these state board exams. The next one is necrosis, which is the second type of cell death. The key points are described there with examples, clinical examples. Myocardial infarction is very common on the questions. Coagulative necrosis and avascular necrosis is also important. Patients who are getting external radiation, they come under these necrosis cell death pattern. This slide gives you a clinical significance for nurses. There are key points to be noted here also. And then comes to cellular adaptation. There are 4 types: atrophy, hypertrophy, and hyperplasia and metaplasia. Each slide will give you details with clinical examples. This is the slide for hypertrophy. Physiological, pathological, clinical examples are given here. Hyperplasia increases the number of cells. The definition is given on the top with the examples, physiological and pathological. Cellular adaptation, and the fourth one is metaplasia, which is also very common on state board exams because of the smoking history, the presence of cancer, the kidney stones, how does it affect in the bladder. Please read through it and study. And then we have the term free radicals. The key points for nurses are explained there, the significance in the adult, children, and especially in the ICU setting. How does it relate to those signs and symptoms of pancreatitis and ketoacidosis? And then oxidative stress is another common term that comes in mind with cancer, neurological disorders, asthma, and arthritis, and kidney dysfunction. So this is detailed with key points for you to study for exam purposes. Cellular injury, key points are described here. What happens during a chemical injury? What are the examples? Clinical examples in alcohol abuse, radiation. These terms are discussed in the clinical scenario on questions. So I would like you to pay attention to each and every terms that is described here. Another thing about aging, a lot of students get these sections underestimated. Loss of muscle function is part of normal aging, but when there is several reasons, that is because of poor function of the muscles can lead to atrophy and sarcopenia. And there are clinical examples given under the cardiovascular, immune system, and even our GI tract. So how do we teach patients on these settings? And the last slide is some exam taking skills, which I have utilized myself and for the students that I have taught for many, many years. And I hope you will find this beneficial also. And here we go. Stay positive, gain, apply knowledge as we care for our patients. Have a great day.